You're watching Good Day Central Illinois on WYZZ.
Welcome back to Good Day Central Illinois. Well, what is summer without barbecues? This morning, we've got a Chef Tony Bitton to show us how to make a mean brisket. I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. So, I don't know if you guys remember, but Tony was featured on our Open for Business segment with Kyrian. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here today, but she was very excited. So I'm just as excited in return. So let's just jump right in here. What do we got going on?
We have, well, I'm going to kind of take you through what we do in the morning time at the restaurant. We normally start about 4 a.m.
Wow.
Because it takes about 12 to 14 hours to cook these briskets. But the first thing we do when we come in, we want to get the briskets on because of the long cook time. But they have to be trimmed before we're able to put them on the smoker.
Okay.
And I kind of want to just take you through a little demonstration of how we do this as far as how we trim the brisket. I know a lot of people trim differently. We do it Texas style, where we kind of cut off a lot of excess. We don't keep, this is the point of the brisket. We take this off and kind of have it flat so it'll be more aerodynamic, so it cooks evenly and it doesn't take so long to cook.
Okay.
So I just want to kind of take you through a quick trimming and how we season and what the end product looks like.
All right, let's do it.
All right. First thing we want to do is we take this point off here. And like I said, we want to kind of make it aerodynamic. That's the goal. And try not to cut your fingers off, too.
Yeah, that wouldn't be so good.
This is and it takes time to really develop this skill of...
How long did it take you to figure out how to do all this?
I'm still learning. I've been cut many times.
Oh, boy.
So, yeah, it takes a while. But, yeah, I've been doing this probably about 5 years now.
Okay.
So.
What got you into start, working on brisket and barbecue?
Big family, get-togethers, doing barbecue, backyard barbecues, and of course I was always the designated cook, which is fine with me, but because I love brisket too and I love barbecue. I actually fell in love with barbecue years ago. So
yeah, I feel like it's definitely not hard to do. Barbecue's too good.
We'll remove that. So we're already starting to get it aerodynamic. So we take that off, and we want to. If we cook this now, these little, thin areas here, they will just burn. So we want to remove that.
Okay.
So we just kind of, this is what I do. We cut this off.
And there is a lot of fat. Do you keep all of the fat on there?
I trim my, modestly, or aggressively, I should say, my brisket. So we take a lot of fat off. We want to leave some of them because you don't want it to be dried out. But I take a lot of the fat off my briskets that I do. See, look at that.
Yeah, quite a bit. But you know what? It is also tasty.
It is.
Adds a good amount of flavor to it.
We kind of try to, make it a little bit aerodynamic because when the heat comes in, you want it to come across the brisket evenly and cook the brisket evenly. Anything sticking out, it'll just burn. Like this hard fat here, it won't render out. We only take that off.
Okay.
And this could take a really long time depending on how you trim.
Yeah.
And it's very time consuming. I would take that off there.
So how many do you do per day?
Right now we're averaging about six or seven.
6 of these big guys.
Yeah.
All right, well. And can you fit them all? All of it fits in whatever you're cooking it in?
I have a smoker. I could get about 18.
Wow.
At one time.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is the deco. We normally take that off too, but I have one here that's already trimmed, but for the sake of time.
Yes. Yes, we don't have much time, so I want to make sure we get everything in.
And when you're done, this is normally what it looks like, a nicely trimmed.
Beautiful.
Brisket. Notice how it's trimmed, aerodynamic.
Yeah.
Heat will come across, it'll cook evenly. And we took the deco off. We want a little fat on there too, because fat's good.
Right.
And we don't want it to be too dry. And this is how we season it. I just use a simple season, Texas style. This is Texas style brisket. Just salt, pepper, and garlic powder and onion powder. That's it. Simple.
It's like something smells good in here, and the seasoning is filling up the whole room, and I love it. It smells so good.
And I kind of hold it up high. You want it to drop evenly across the brisket.
You make it look so seamless.
Been doing it for a while.
I'm like, mine would not look as good if I did that.
And I don't use any binders. I've never done that. Some people do. There's nothing wrong with that, but this is how we do it at the restaurant.
Okay.
And we kind of turn it over. And we just season it evenly. And the black pepper is what gives you that crust or that bark on the outside of the brisket. And we hit the sides and all that good stuff.
Right.
Just season it really well, really aggressively. Pack that in.
Okay, so I want to make sure we get everything in. We have about 30 seconds left. So what is the next steps real quick?
put it in the smoker for about 12, 14 hours.
All
and
right.
your end product should look something like this.
Wow. Let's make sure we move that over. We can see everything.
Yeah.
Let's get a good zoom in over there.
And this came off yesterday evening.
And it still looks so fresh.
Yeah. And it should still be tender and juicy.
Wow.
And that's what you want.
Oh my God, it smells so good.
Yeah.
Wow, my mouth is watering, and if you guys were in here, I'm sure it would be too. But this looks absolutely beautiful, and I know I'll be heading over to the underground backyard.
In Williamsville?
Yes, all right. Well, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Absolutely.
We'll make sure to share all these details on our website, ciproud.com, so you guys know where to go to get this amazing brisket.